Hello and welcome. This is Insha Waziri for ThePrint headline. 3 Indians killed, 20 injured in West Asia as conflict between Iran and US-Israel rages on. Sources told ThePrint that an Indian citizen was on ventilator support in Oman. The deaths and injuries were from Iranian strikes across the Gulf. Trump claims the US has abundant weapons to last even a forever war. In a post on Truth Social, US President Donald Trump claims there are abundant stocks of ammunition with the US and these supplies can be used to fight a forever war too. US Embassy in Iraq orders government employees to leave the country. The embassy in Iraq has updated its travel advisory ordering non-emergency US government employees to leave due to security reasons. It added that the government personnel in Baghdad were prohibited from using the city's international airport. Israel strikes Lebanon's Beirut again. Hezbollah launches drones at Israel. The Israeli army says it is striking Hezbollah targets as its raids cause massive civilian displacement in Lebanon. Brushing off Trump's criticism, United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer defended his actions in the Middle East on Monday, brushing off US President Donald Trump's criticism of Britain for not joining strikes against Iran by saying his actions were guided by law and the national interest. Australian military base near Dubai targeted by Iran. Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles said on Tuesday that all of his defence personnel stationed at the Al Minhad Air Base near Dubai were safe following a drone attack at the site over the weekend. The US Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, was hit in a drone attack on Tuesday, Reuters confirmed, citing sources that there was a fire on the embassy compound in Riyadh and the sound of a blast was heard. 13 Iranian troops killed in US-Israeli strikes at base. At least 13 Iranian soldiers have been killed in a US-Israeli strike on a military base in Kerman province, according to the Iranian army. State media reported that the attack targeted the base in the south of the country. CBSE Class 10-12 exams scheduled for 5th and 6th March in West Asian countries postponed. According to a circular issued by the Central Board of Secondary Education, the board will review the situation in Bahrain, Iran, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates on March 5th to decide on examinations scheduled on March 7th. Sonia Gandhi Islam Center stands on Khamenei death, adds Kashmir reminder. Questioning the government's silence on the killing of Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, veteran Congress leader Sonia Gandhi has said silence in this case is not neutral but an abdication. Congress MP P. Chidambaram to meet CM M.K. Stalin amid seat-sharing deadlock. The meeting comes in the backdrop of the ongoing discussions for a seat-sharing pact among the parties in the DMK-led alliance. Air India plane arrives in Delhi with 149 passengers from Dubai amid West Asia situation. In the Air India newsrooms exposed, it said, "We are happy to welcome our guests and crew from Dubai. This is the first flight by an Indian carrier to arrive in Delhi today with 149 passengers and 8 operating crew members on board, amid the ongoing situation in the Middle East." 13 killed as double-decker bus hit van on Yamuna Expressway in UP's Hathras. The van carrying 13 passengers was on its way from Premnagar in Delhi to Dholpur in Rajasthan when it was hit from behind by a sleeper bus travelling from Noida to Gorakhpur, Additional Superintendent of Police Ram Anand Kushawa said. Indian-American student killed in Austin mass shooting probed as act of terrorism. The shooter involved in the deadly attack that is reportedly being investigated as an act of terrorism was also eventually gunned down by the police. Melania Trump chairs UN meeting on children in conflict. It was the first time a spouse of a serving world leader had chaired a meeting of the 15-member Security Council, the United Nations body responsible for maintaining international peace and security. The plan was announced last week before the launch of the US and Israeli strikes. Bill Clinton says Trump told him he had some great times with Jeffrey Epstein. In a videotaped deposition to the House Oversight Committee, former US President Bill Clinton said Trump mentioned Epstein at a golf event around 2003 and said their relationship fell out over a real estate deal. OpenAI amending deal with Pentagon, CEO Altman says. Sam Altman said one of the additions to the deal states that the Pentagon has affirmed OpenAI services will not be used by the Department of or intelligence agencies, for example the NSA. Any services to those agencies would require follow-on modification to the existing contract. Indigo resumes Jeddah flights as Air India extends suspension. Emirates Etihad issues travel advisory. After 3 days of disruptions, there was an improvement on March 3rd, with Indigo announcing 4 dedicated flights from Jeddah on March 3rd, 2026, as part of its efforts to progressively normalize operations between Saudi Arabia and India. However, Air India has extended the temporary suspension of all its flights to and from the region up to 3rd March. A 6.4 magnitude earthquake strikes off Indonesia's Aceh. An earthquake with a magnitude of 6.4 struck off Indonesia's Aceh province on Tuesday, 3rd March 2026, the country's geophysics agency said, adding that there was no tsunami potential. At least 42 civilians killed in Afghanistan in conflict with Pakistan, UN agency says. At least 42 civilians have been killed and 104 wounded in Afghanistan in the fighting with Pakistan between 26 February and 2 March, the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan said on Tuesday. This is Insha Waziri for The Print. Keep watching The Print for more such videos.